Yeah.
I was having coffee with like every friend possible. So I was like, oh, cool. We're talking about a lot of random shit. And that's essentially what everyone needs every once in a while. So I was like, fuck it, just start recording it. So I did that with, do you remember Jack Edwards?
Yes.
Yeah, I did like one of my first episodes with him. And we basically just sat down and chatted about films for an hour. And then just kind of rolled on. And now I just do it. It's like compulsion now.
Cool.
Don't really have a choice at this point.
I do seem to find that. My friend broke up with his girlfriend not that long ago.
Yeah.
A few months ago. And I literally said to him, I was like, we're going to have to do something else other than keep going to Starbucks for coffee. He was like, why? I was like, because I'm going to be fucking skint soon. I was like, I have no more money. I was like, all you seem to want to do nowadays is go for a coffee after work and catch up.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I was like, I could come to your house. He's like, oh, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
He's like, why? I was like, because this latte's costing me like £3.80 a time. And look, I know things aren't going great. But things aren't going. My girlfriend will kick me out because I'll have no money left because I've spent it all on.
You spend like £50 a month on coffee. That's where you're like,
So
maybe I need to draw back.
Just cheer up, please.
just filter coffees. There was a stage where I used to meet my friend Dave because we were attempting to write a book together, and we kind of got to that point of we'll meet at Starbucks because he didn't live in Lincoln, so we'll meet at Starbucks every single time. And I just started getting filter coffees because I was like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Just like, have a hazelnut latte, please. And after the fourth time, I'm literally like 15-20 quid deep here in coffees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no way around it.
I'll have a filter coffee, please.
Yeah, I'll have a water. Oh wait, that's £3 as well. Oh damn, Starbucks.
Yeah. I'll just have a muffin then. £8. Okay, no, fine.
Sugar that.
Thank you.
Milk there if you want it.
Just literally just black coffee.
Just black coffee. I even went out and bought sugar because I was like, I don't know if Brett wants sugar.
Just black coffee. I might put one in. I've been to the gym, so I'm a little bit.
Oh, you and your gymming, man.
Yeah.
I think we should kick off anyway. We'll get around to topics either way. So we'll introduce you to begin with. So to anyone listening, I've got Brett Mars with me.
Hello.
I tried to remember your wrestling name there, and I couldn't.
Magic Myers.
Magic Myers. And it's such a simple one as well.
It is. It's a little pun on Magic Mike, you know.
I'll ask you the initial question, which I ask most guests, is how long have we known each other, bro?
Oh, I'm trying to think. When did we work at HMV? When was this?
It's got to be 5 years ago.
5. Yeah, 5-6 years, something like that.
It's got to be it'd be 6 years because I worked there twice.
That's a long time now. You did. You came back.
Because I was like, I need a job. And they were like, yeah, we'll have you back.
I'm like, should we get Graham back? I was like, yes. That's like we've had like 25 temps and he's the only one of any use. So, yeah.
I mean, I appreciate that. Especially having been unemployed and whatnot. Yeah, because my timing was not fantastic with HMV. Because it was like, I came and then HMV went into administration.
I mean, I don't solely blame you for it, but... You know,
I mean, I had a good
putting
year.
2 and 2 together.
Amount of extra items I sold that year.
two and two together. I'm just saying that everything was going great. Then we hired
bring
you.
Me back, though.
Then we hired you, and then administration kicked in. I'm not saying that it's Graham that's sent this company into liquidation, but. And then you left, and they came out of administration. So.
But I did go back afterwards. And they've survived since then.
To test the water.
Yeah.
We need to see if this
I go into businesses and prove how unstable they are.
I can't believe that was 6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago. It's a long ass time.
It was a good time. I enjoyed HMV.
I was saying earlier, literally the last few weeks just ran into various people from HMV or seen them about in town and just been like, oh shit, yeah. I know that person. Still
going strong. I still go past it every day. Near enough.
It's a sad moment when you go into HMV at Christmas and there is temps on and they're not doing that well.
And you're just like...
this isn't that hard, guys. It's just like,
I've
been there.
My girlfriend's younger sister was looking for a job and they had temps at HMV and she's literally just worked there this last Christmas. And she was like, I need a job. I was like, I'll have a look if HMV had taken on, and he did. And I was like, apply for it, get in there, you'll really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And she got there, and then every day I was just barraging her with text and messages, just like, how many Pure cards have you sold? How much have you done? Are you doing your upselling properly? How many 299 CDs have you sold? She was like, yeah, I'm doing okay. I was like, do better. Whatever you're doing, do it better.
I've gotten you this.
Yeah,
you need
it
to
used
perform.
to be manic at Christmas, I remember.
Yeah, I distinctly remember just shouting quite a bit, but at customers, because you can't hear anything.
I remember I first started as a temp, it was like...
How long were you there? Because like when we started, it seemed like you'd been there a while.
3
Yeah.
years, or something along those lines.
You were like one of the
I
few
think it was.
permanents.
Yeah, well, I started as a Christmas temp. That was the job I got, Christmas temp, and then I just literally stayed on.
Yeah.
From there, they kept me on. But when I was Christmas temping, it was, does anybody want any extra hours? I was like, yeah, of course. And I was doing like 8 till 8 every day.
Especially when they were like, "Oh yeah, we need you to do this," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." So we need you to work all day and
I
then
was
work
like-
next day. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
broke.
22, 23, just pure retail warrior. Just 8 till 8, and going home to eat, sleep, and then just
Go back.
do it again.
50% discount.
Yeah, so
Christmas sorted
There you go.
all the time.
Merry Christmas, Dad. What have you got me, a Blu-ray player? What?
You know, next year, Blu-rays.
Whatever. Yeah, this is your birthday sorted. Now I've got your Blu-ray player for Christmas. Expect Blu-rays for your birthday.
Every year.
That's a good thing to do. Always buy somebody something for Christmas or birthday that you can then set up extra items that you have to buy, because then you can get them later on.
It's like buying someone a hobby. Like, oh, I'll get you some knitting stuff.
Yeah,
So
there
now
you
I
go.
just buy you knitting stuff for the rest of your life.
There you go.
I mean, I don't know. I'm getting to that point with family and buying gifts, like with Christmas on the horizon, where I just don't know what to buy. And I feel like I've been doing this 28 years now.
Just like, I think like the Pandora have got the best idea ever.
I hate jewellery though.
But they have the best idea. It's like, right, Merry Christmas. Here's a bracelet with one charm, and then from every birthday and Christmas from there out, you can just fill that bracelet up. I got you another charm. Here you go.
Just
Here's another charm.
Here's this one that one means to me.
Hello, friend. Here's another charm.
No. Like the jewellery industry is one of the, where I'm just like, no, I can't get on board with it. It could be because I'm super cheap.
I
Jewelry's
really
expensive.
like jewellery.
Really?
Yeah, I like
Why?
it. Any on at
Why
the
do you
moment.
like- why do
I
you-
just do. I like earrings. I like rings. I like.
I mean, I've got no problem
Necklaces,
with wearing
but-
it. I just got the problem with the cost.
Oh, absolutely. I genuinely will buy like a one piece a year. Just like, here we go. Time to treat myself.
It's the same with clothes though. Like I'm like, if I can get it for a £5, why would I pay a tenner? And I think that pretty much expunges throughout my entire life of everything.
I have got the trick. If I've only got one ear pierced as well, the other one's a stretcher.
Yeah.
So I'll buy some earrings and I'll buy 2, and eventually I'll wear one until I either lose it or it breaks, and then I'll just get the other one out. There you go.
I mean, I used to have a stud in this one, and essentially my ears corrode jewellery. I don't really know how it does it. And I've not bought, like, I've tried, like, pure silver, like, sterling silver, tried gold, and every single one, I put it in, a few months down the line, take it out and just be tarnished. I'm like, I do not know what's in my blood.
But I'm doing this.
But I'm doing this. The only one which has survived is this one, which is, like, stainless steel, and I used to have, like, a black line one.
Yeah.
But, my God.
This one that's just pure iron ore that I've just jumped in.
Just
It seems to
plastic now. Got to assume it's just going to break at some point.
But yeah, it's been about 5-6 years, I think. Unfortunately, I'm pushing like 30 now. I was about to say, I think it was about
I mean, how
20,
old are you?
22, 23. I'm 29 now, so it's like 22,
You're 29
23.
this year.
I've just gone, so
Just gone.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
be
29 in November.
I'll be 30 in February, so I'll let you know what it's like when I get there.
Everyone's terrified of 30, though.
I'm okay.
I feel like I'm waiting for 40.
I feel like I get.
I mean, I've been an old man since I was 12.
I feel like I can now use it more of an excuse. I've just been so miserable and mardy my entire life. I'm sure I came out. My mother birthed me, and I was mardy as I came out, mardy and miserable. But now, as I get towards sort of 30 and older, I can now blame it on my age, and people slightly start to understand.
I mean,
Oh, you just turned into a cranky old man. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I was pissed off on Marty at 16, but that's fine. I can now take it that I'm nearly 13.
I'm just gonna have a quick panic moment that I do that every so often. Just go, oh shit, are we recording?
Thanks for. Oh, we're not recording.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like 30 is a barrier, but I don't feel like it's the barrier it used to be. Like, see, like remember when we were kids and you used to watch Friends, and you were like, they're all nearly 30.
I have a thing about this.
Okay.
Obviously, Friends is always on. I say I rewatched it. I didn't. It's just always on.
But it's not anymore.
And there was an episode. I can't remember. I'm sure like Comedy Central or somebody still plays it.
Okay.
I saw an episode not long ago.
I don't have TV. So
and it was literally the one. I think it's where either Rachel or Joey or somebody's turning 30.
Right,
And I was like, I've seen this episode many, many times, loads of times. That's what I thought, but I've never really looked and clearly gone, I tell you what, neither of these two are anywhere near the actual age that they are. I was like, I've never noticed that, you know, Mark LeBlanc's like, oh no, I'm turning 30. I was like,
no.
When you shot this, you're literally about 40 as it is. I was like, yeah, that's...
It's like, have you ever seen 8 Simple Rules to Dating My Teenage Daughter? And the red hair daughter in that, she's like 30.
Seriously?
When filming that. And she's playing like a 16-year-old girl. And you're like, what?
Yeah, I remember that.
Why was I
I really enjoyed that show. And then
Really?
I enjoyed it. And then he played JD's dad in Scrubs as well.
Yeah, he died.
The actor. And yeah, unfortunately he passed away. And
they just kept going.
8 Simple Rules kept going, but it went really dark.
Really?
Yeah, just like, obviously every time that it went to it, it wasn't part of the... Like, it's not as much fun as entertaining when it went to part of the story when they remember their dad. I'm like, because he's actually died.
Didn't they bring in, like, Dave Spade or something?
Yes.
To, like, replace him?
Well, I mean, where else would you go?
How are you going to go dark with Dave Spade? I don't get that.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, he's passed away. Who should bring in? Well, David Spade's probably, you know...
It's the only suitable replacement for a dramatic comedian who, you know...
Oh, I mean, I'm 5'5" and I've got long hair and a dodgy beard, so... I have got the David Spade going on at the moment.
I mean, I think you have slightly more presence than David Spade.
He just reminds me of somebody who's really into like Kid Rock or something, and just that's what he wants to be.
Yeah,
he's great.
I can see that.
He must be like 50 or something now.
He's got to be. I can't remember what show I was watching, and like, what's his name? Like Andy Dick appeared.
Yeah,
and I was like, Andy Dick's got to be pushing 60 now.
I'd say so
because he was an adult when I was a kid. And yeah, that's disturbing. It's like Adam Sandler. Like, I think of Adam Sandler. Like, he's just my buddy Addy.
My buddy Addy. That's fantastic. I'm calling him Addy Sandler. From now on.
I think of him. I think of Happy Gilmore. And like, so he's like 20, 30, old in that. And then I think of that, and then I see him in something. I'm like, yeah, he's not. He's like, he's got to be 50 now.
Yeah,
that's disturbing. Like,
I don't think it's till you stop and sort of think about it. I don't know whether it's disturbing. I don't know. I've never worried. I don't think I've ever worried about getting old.
No.
I feel better now at 29 than I did at 19, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel a much more whole person. Like when you're younger, like 19, you're still learning, you're still thinking, obviously you still are now, but...
I like how everyone goes through their teens and they think it's a big dramatic change. Getting to like 20. Like, this is going to be huge, everything's changed, I'll have everything set by I'm 20. And then you go through your 20s, and you're like, fuck.
I seem to hit like 25, and I was just like, what the hell am I doing? Like, cool, yeah, like, oh my god, I'm getting like, when you turn like 20, 21, you're like, oh yeah, I'm still young, still do. I hit like 25, and I was like, yeah, seriously, I should sort my life out. Like, what am I doing?
It's this quarter-life crisis, which is completely real. Like, I ignore anyone who's like, no, it doesn't exist. Like, it's completely a thing. I don't know anyone my age who hasn't gone through it. I
think at 20, sort of 25, 26 is when I put a lot of weight on. And I sort of got to that, I'd say especially around like 26, I'd say, that I felt like I was getting a little older.
Yeah.
And more sort of comfortable and, that... Not that time had gone, but I was sort of like, oh my god, I'm not like a
Not spry anymore.
Yeah, like I'm not a young guy at uni or college or whatever going out anymore. Like I'm got a job and this and that, and I really did just not do a lot. I just went to work and ate crap, and every so often I'd go out and drink beer and sort of like, oh, this is my life now.
Yeah.
And I did that for sort of like a year maybe, and then I was. That's when I had an issue with sort of depression and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
But that wasn't just getting old. That was I think I'd accepted that, oh, there's nothing more to life now. Just, I've had
Just rolled over.
had my youth. Yeah. Let's just work. And I'll just do whatever. And I was like, oh my god.
Because I have a theory on this, which is like, so because the quarter life crisis thing is fairly new, in terms of like a phenomenon. And like the only reason we're having quarter life crises is because we're not having kids when we're young. So like our parents who have the midlife crises, they all go out in their 20s, had kids by the time they were 25.
Yeah, I think my dad did. My dad had like 2 kids by like 20.
Well, that's what like scares
Something.
me about like
Yeah.
29, 30, because I'm like, my dad was that age when he had me, and I'm like, that's insane, because I couldn't imagine having a child
No.
at all. There's like, that's actually terrifying.
I've only just recently learned in the last sort of year or so to fully take care of myself. So I don't think bringing a child. I still struggle to like
Yeah.
ensure. I'm like, oh my god, I haven't for the cat. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, if I can, I don't feel like bringing another human into this world when I'm struggling to remember to feed the cat. That would be fair.
Yeah. But it's like, they had those in like the 20s, so they didn't have time to kind of get introspective.
No, you just have to.
It's like, no, you've got kids, so you go work, you work to provide for your kid, you go
sort of
do
just
this,
have to step up, don't you? Like,
and then you kill yourself at 40.
Yeah.
And that's just like, that is the pattern of life.
There you go.
And so for us, it's like, no one's having kids anymore. Everyone waits.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, not everyone waits. I feel like it's better if you wait. I feel like people who've had kids later in life, generally those kids turn out a bit better. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a fuck up, but you don't meet many like 16-year-old parent children who are top of the class in terms of the world. Not that I'm trashing on anyone. It's like teenage parents or anything like that.
If anyone is, I apologise. Yeah, I don't know. There's obviously now that the age that sort of we're at.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know, my friends, etc., they are like getting married or having kids and stuff like that, which is, it's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's fine.
People do what they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I just, I think you're right. I think especially like you said, my mum and dad, I think they were younger.
Yeah.
I think back then people are doing a lot more for themselves. I think a lot of people are a lot more singularly career focused now as well.
Yeah, I think that's the thing which kind of gets people down quite a bit. I talked to quite a few people about is like depression sets in your 20s because you're like, I don't know what I want to do. Or like, I've been aiming at something and I haven't achieved it yet. Why haven't I achieved it yet? And that kind of like drags them down.
I was purely lost, I think. I mean, I was in a sort of 3-year relationship.
Yeah.
And I had an idea. I sort of planned that, I was going to move in and we'd work and then we'd go from there, etc., etc. And that, relationships break up and etc. And it did. And I just kind of moved back home and I was living with my mum and dad. And like I said, I was like 26 years old or whatever I was.
Yeah.
25, 26. And that had happened. And I'd just come from having an idea of exactly what I was doing with my life at 25, 26.
Yeah.
To living with my mum and dad having no idea what I'm doing. And it was that, oh my God. I've spent 3 years trying to build something and now I'm just back to square one again. Like it's gone. What do I do? And then I genuinely went through that period of just working and not really doing anything. Sort of just plodding along, a little bit lost, sort of like, oh, well, I knew what I wanted to do and I don't know what I want to do now.
Yeah.
And I went like that for a while. And then, I don't really know, I just sort of... I had good people around me, like my family, my friends, my girlfriend now, who was my friend, and I just sort of realised that, you know, I'm 26, like 27 or whatever, like.
Yeah.
Sort yourself out. Like it's there's so much to do and so much out there, and I can do whatever I want to do. I still don't know really what I majorly want to do now, but I'm not going to sit and sweat about it.
No,
you know,
you kind of get to that level of, all right, well, I will do something about it.
Yeah,
And I mean, I'm comfortable.
Yeah, I enjoy my job. My life's good. I like my life. It's good, and if I get more and my wrestling goes where I want it to go, that's awesome. If it doesn't, I'm sure I'll do something else. I think a lot of people, like you said, like in the whole quarter life crisis thing, I think people panic and go, oh my God, at 18, I think people, when they're younger, they always have that thing of, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but I've got time to do it.
Yeah.
And then before they know it, that time when they should have done it is already upon them, and they haven't done it. And that's when they go, oh my God. But
I definitely think when you start to notice health changes because of your age, that whole kind of mortality syndrome kicks in. Of like, you're 22, 23, and you like wake up one morning, and you're like, why's my arm hurt? You're like, that's never done that before.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go away for like a week, and you're like, all right, that was weird. And then you're like, it's the classic, one day you'll pull your back, and your back will never be quite right again. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
You're like, this shouldn't be a thing. And then you talk to your parents and you're like, yeah, that's a thing. Like, it's pretty much downhill from that point.
Okay. I was training at wrestling the other day, and I think my friend Wayne was saying about it. And he was like, God, you're taking a while to warm up. I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, it's cool. At 18, 19, I could have thrown myself into this. I need a little time to sort of get the judge. My knees are the worst. I was like, I just need to get them oil them up a little bit, get them moving, because if I don't, like, I do have to take into consideration now that
not as spry as you used to.
I have to look after my body a little bit more, especially with what I do now.
I do want to talk about your wrestling. Because obviously you've started doing that since I last saw you.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been doing it coming towards sort of 2 years now.
I was trying to figure out how to classify.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, so there's people who I'd consider amateur wrestlers.
Yeah.
Which I'd be like, is backyard wrestling. People who
Yarders.
just record themselves doing backyard wrestling.
God.
That's amateur wrestling.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I can't consider you pro because you're not like working for a major conglomerate who owns everything. And I was like, so does that make you semi-pro?
I would class myself as a semi-professional wrestler for the pure fact of I still work.
Yeah.
As a job.
But you want to get paid for wrestling.
Yeah, I do. I do generally get paid for when I do wrestle.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't class myself personally professional until I don't even know if the day'd ever come when I quit my job and I would literally earn a living from going out and continually wrestling. I'd say that was professional.
Okay.
Like, I'd take it if sort of same as if somebody was playing football on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And they played football, but they worked within the week. I think you class them as a
semi-pro.
If they were playing for a half decent team or whatever, you consider them a semi-professional footballer.
Because that's a strange thing about wrestling. Like, you don't really have a team. You're like a solo. It's like being a tennis player. Like, you're out for your own.
You're an independent person. You're an independent wrestler, and it's to build. It's a weird thing being a wrestler. When I got into it, I didn't really.
How did you get into it? Like, how did you fall into wrestling? Like, I know you started like working out and stuff, but I don't know if that was because of the wrestling or like you were doing that.
More,
and you, like,
I started. I was going to the gym, but I didn't really have any direction with it.
Yeah.
I was just sort of going, and I was like, this'll be fine. I'll just go. I'll do some running. I'll do some bits. I'll get a little bit fitter.
Yeah.
Just because I put on weight. I was like 13 stone.
Yeah.
Which for a lot of people is like, oh, it's not. I'm 5'5". I'm not very tall.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I'm like 6'2", but I'm 16 stone. So
it sort of goes outwards because I can't. There's nothing to put. There's nothing to put it in. So I used to go. I go running and do little bits.
Yeah.
I think anybody who goes to the gym just for the sake of going to the gym, it impresses me.
Right.
Because I liked going. I enjoyed going. It was good. It was all right. but I always felt like there was something I needed behind it for a reason to go.
Yeah.
Something as a sort of higher goal for the reason I'm going.
Yeah.
And I used to play football a lot and played at uni. And then I came back and I played on Sundays and I hated it. It was just generally, it is just hungover or still possibly drunk. Older men just kicking you to pieces and the level's crap. And I just fell out of love with it. So I stopped and obviously the weight and everything. And then I was like, right, I want to get back into it. So I said to my girlfriend, I'm thinking about maybe doing boxing or like cage fighting, like UFC and stuff. I like boxing. Boxing fan. I like UFC, cage fighting and stuff. I like watching it. I said, what do you think? And she just said, it's up to you, but I can't support you because I wouldn't want to come and watch you get punched in the face. And I was that's fair.
A reasonable reaction,
I would punch people in the face. And she was like, I no doubt that you might be okay at it. She was like, but you are going to get punched and beat up. And like, I can't really come and support you for that. And she was like, you've also got to think about, you have a job. And if you do get seriously beat up, my face gets mangled, I've got to turn up for work the next day. Which takes nothing away from, obviously, wrestling. But she said to me, you watch wrestling, you like wrestling. And I was like, I'm one of these people that I used to watch it all the time when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then flick a little bits that I'd watched as I got a little bit older. And then I always felt like it turned into a little bit of a sort of taboo thing. Like, people stopped watching wrestling after a certain age.
Like, I did a podcast with two friends, Sean and Nathan. I don't watch wrestling. I did when I was a kid. WCW was like my jam. That was the main thing. My brother did. That was like our thing. And then we moved on to WWF. It was like, this is good. My brother kept watching. Like, he watches like TNA and all that kind of jazz now. I just kind of dropped off. It was just something which didn't interest me. And then I went to Sean's for WrestleMania. And we did the podcast directly after WrestleMania. And I was like, cool, explain to me what happened tonight. Because they were both absolutely shook up by the night. They were like, I've been absolutely turned. Like, they've pulled a trick on me and I don't like it. And I'm like, I just don't understand it anymore. Like, I'm watching it. It's like, I don't know. I'm not invested in it. So it's like, did you just keep invested? Like, or did you just pick it up one day and you were like, oh, you know what? I need to know about these people.
I used to watch, like, back when it was WCW. I didn't watch WCW as much. I used to watch WWF. My friend, I lived with my mum and dad's, and my friend down the road, Dan, his mum and dad had Sky, and I never had it. So I used to go and watch sort of Raw and stuff. Yeah. And we'd go around and me and him would watch it together. We'd love it and be like, blah, blah, blah. And then as I got older, I sort of just stopped watching it as much.
Yeah.
I felt it sounds not horrible, ridiculous. Like I grew out of it. I think a lot.
You do though.
There's a lot of people that I know who ask me about the wrestling and go, blah blah blah, and they say stuff like, "Oh, do you ever stunner anybody? Do you ever give anybody a people's elbow or rock bottom?" I'm like, because that's what they remember watching. And so did I. Yeah. And then I used to sort of see bits and bobs still on telly when I moved in and my place and I've got Sky, whatever. There's bits and bobs on telly, and I used to watch a little bit, and I was like, oh, I still like it. Like, I still used to watch it. But when she used to come in, I used to turn it off.
Right.
Like, watch something else. I used
like
to
a little dirty little secret.
Keep a little secret that I used to watch wrestling. And she was just like, look, I know you do. So why don't you try wrestling?
Yeah. And
I was like, don't be ridiculous. I was like, no, nobody's a wrestler. I was like, it's just, you just watch it, don't you? You know, I'm not a kid. I can't dream of being a wrestler anymore. Yeah. I was like, we live in Lincoln. This is stupid.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah.
She was like, why don't you just have a look? Just Google it. I was like, do you know what? I will. This to prove a point. Sat there, got my phone, Googled it, and Fight Factory Wrestling came up.
Yeah.
And straight away I was like, fuck. I was like, oh. She was like, is there anything? I was like,
It's kind of like you've been proven wrong, so you had to do it.
I was like, yeah, there's a place called Fight Factory Wrestling. She's like, where is it? I was like, it's like 6 minutes down the road. She's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. She was like, you going, aren't you? I was like, yeah, I'm going on Monday. So I literally messaged Hayden, who runs it, and I just said, I'm going to come down on Monday if that's all right for a training session. Is that okay? And he was like, yeah, absolutely, of course. And I went down. It used to be, I can't remember what the actual road's called, near the, is it Linden Bridge? Oh, yeah. When the old scrapyard is and stuff. There's actual Fight Factory. A guy called Sean runs the place there. They do sort of cage fighting and karate and stuff like that, and boxing. We used to train there in a boxing ring.
Right.
And that sucked.
Yeah?
Yeah, boxing rings aren't built for wrestling.
Well, no, I don't know. In a way, I kind of get that. Like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, there's got to be a difference. But at the same time, I'm like, it's just a ring.
So we used to go and we used to train there, and I went Mondays was all I did, and then Thursdays in advanced class. I'd only been there a few weeks. Hayden was like, look, you're picking it up really well. Do you want to come on Thursdays? So I started doing Monday, Thursdays. And I just did it I just kept doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it and doing it and doing it. I got more and more invested in it. And I just loved it.
Yeah.
It was just great. And she could support me with it. I mean, it's still dangerous. I've been injured. I've not long been back from a fractured collarbone. You do pick up injuries, black eyes, nose. I've had a broken nose not long ago. You do, but she could support me more with it, with something like that. So that's how I got into it. I kept doing it, and Fight Factory have moved to opposite Panels Garden Centre now, where the BMW garage is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We have a unit behind there with a full wrestling ring and a gym, and we do Monday, Thursdays and Saturdays now. Yeah. And there's loads of people that come down all the time. There's like 30, 40 students that just turn up. So it's since I've even been there, that place has expanded, and it's nice that, like you said, I'm an independent wrestler, but that is where I learned to wrestle. Yeah. And it's sort of like a little family, and it's great. And the new people that come in, you can sort of teach them what you know, and I'm always learning. So that's how I got into it, and it's just taken off. It's been an absolute roller coaster. It's been insane. I've been, like I said, nearly 2 years now, and I've been on the same shows as people like Magnus, who was in TNA, Bram, who was signed to WWE and in TNA. These sort of people that that you meet and you shake their hands and they talk to you, and they just talk to you about everyday life. Yeah. And you're like, like a year and a half ago, I'd never even wrestled before in my entire life. Now I'm wrestling you. This is
insane. Yeah. This
is crazy.
It has been it's been weird to kind of watch from the outside, in a way, because like you see, it's been a couple of years, and see, we met like 5 years ago, and then basically haven't spoken since then. Like, I think we might have seen each other once or twice.
Yeah, probably.
And then she's just started popping up on your Facebook feed, and I'm just like, Brett's like a wrestler now, because it was like the first ones like seen was like you were in the ring, you were like full on. It was like an actual show, so it's like there was no training period between you doing nothing and you being in the ring as a wrestler.
Like, yeah.
When did Brett become a wrestler?
I think a lot of people fell out of the house. Like, wow, but I have, like I said, there's a lot of sort of old friends and people that I used to know that do message me now. Yeah. And they're just like, when's your next show? I'm going to come watch, going to come down. And yeah, it's just sort of, it's been a weird one.
Do you think it's helped, like with like your life outside of wrestling?
Oh, 100%, absolutely. It's majorly, health-wise and fitness-wise, definitely. Because, like I said, there's a reason I like going to the gym, but the reason I go to the gym now is for wrestling. Yeah. Keep myself fit, keep myself, looking as good as I can and looking better. Because at the end of the day, people are paying customers to come and see a product. Mm-hmm. And I've always thought of it as you want to see the best. If you're paying money, you want to see a good product. If you I think a guy called Nathan Cruz said it once, that if you go to the cinema and you're watching Batman vs Superman, you pay your money and you sit down, and Batman comes out and he's just some fat overweight guy, and Superman's again just some skinny guy in a Superman suit, you're sort of like, this isn't right. But if old Henry comes out and he's absolutely stacked up and chiseled, and Ben Affleck comes out and he's absolutely massive, you're like, I can sort of quell my belief and just get lost in it.
Yeah, it helps with the whole thing.
Yeah, I think if somebody says, all right, I'm going to watch the wrestling, and I'm paying my money, and you see somebody and they look like a wrestler, you can then lose yourself a little bit more in it. Sort of believable. You go, this guy's a wrestler. Yeah. Cool, blah, blah, blah. That's another crazy one, when shows are finished and people have come up and they want photos and can you sign this and can you do this? I'm just like...
You entertained us for like...
I'm just the guy who works at shop on the high street. I'm the guy that was at.
You ever had that?
I'm the guy that
you've
was
just
at.
been in the shop and then someone comes in and is like,
Yeah,
shit.
I have had it before. I've had it in Aldi.
Really?
As well. Asda, I've had it. Where people come and go, oh, Magic Myers, how are you? I had it in, I'm not going to lie, I had it in The Lion and Snake.
Yeah.
Not that long ago. And I was out for my friend's birthday. I was literally just waiting for a beer. And I was like, oh, I'll get you a beer. Waiting. And I show this Magic Myers. And I turn around and it was just a lady and a husband that I didn't know. I was like, hi, you're all right. And they were like, we came to watch the wrestling. Our kids love you. We're okay to get a photo. And I'm like, yeah, sure, guys. Absolutely, of course. And you take a photo and walk off. My friend was like, that's surreal, isn't it? I was like, yeah, I'm still
not used to it.
At all. Like, I'm just that guy you worked with at HMV 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't really...
Do you think it's something you'd ever get comfortable with?
I don't know.
Because, that's the thing. Obviously I do like my art stuff. But as much as I like my art stuff to, take off, the idea of being approached in the street terrifies me. Someone came up and I really like your work. I'm like, great. Don't really know what to do right now.
I like it because it's nice because it means I'm doing something right.
Yes.
If people recognise me and they know and they go, oh, my kids are little, I'm like, cool, I must be doing something right.
Yeah.
Because that's awesome. But like I said, there's been no point through the last 2 years where I've ever really grown an ego or anything like that where I've stood and gone, oh my God, these people go.
Still love it.
I try to be humble. I'm just a guy. I just like wrestling. I just want to wrestle, and I'm just a guy. Like I said, that worked at HMV 6 years ago. It's just me. When people are like, "Hey," I'm like, I have to remember a little bit that they kind of want that wrestler.
Yeah.
Rather than just me going, "Hey guys,
they want Brett. They want magic.
Yeah, exactly. So I have to sort of turn on a little bit, and I'm like, "Yeah, of course you can, guys. Here you go. Here's your photo. Don't you worry about it. I'll see you soon." And then we walk off. I'm like, "Oh my God,
just
I'm
receive.
Just get my pint of ale and just sip it slowly. There we go. Oh dear, oh dear.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, that's how it happened, and it's still just continuing. I've got a show on Sunday.
Nice.
At NK. So that's gonna be.
What's the biggest show you've played? Done?
We do Engine Shed.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Again, majorly surreal.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Really, really surreal. I remember the first time we did Engine Shed. And I've been there before for gigs and stuff, and I've watched John Richardson at the Engine Shed, a few comedy things, and you just go, blah, blah. And then it was like, oh, we're doing an Engine Shed show, and we want you on it. Like, you're going to be on it. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Okay, that's fine. Like that's it. And you get there, and you sort of got my bags and everything with my stuff in, and you get there, and you go upstairs, and there was just this thing that said Big Nasty that had been there playing 2 days ago.
Right.
And I was like, cool, he's just been in this sort of this dressing room. Well, not anymore, mate. It's mine now. And he sort of just put your bags down what am I doing here? Sort of thing. And especially when at the Engine Shed you come from there's an upstairs bit where the change and everything is, and then you come down the stairs to the stage and you go out, and that walk still gets me. Yeah. The walk from the top of the stairs down, and then your music hits, and then you go down the ramp, and there's everybody sat there in the Engine Shed. It's like a proper little arena, and you're just like, I still walk down and look around. I'm like, from the guy just learning to wrestle in a boxing ring to
performing,
be here is crazy.
Do you ever have one of those moments? I always wonder with musicians. Because the thing which always gets me with musicians, they do a live show and you never see them cough or sneeze or anything, and I'm like, because that's a humanizing thing, and they're on stage, they can't really do it. And I often wonder whether they just have moments mid song where they're like, the fuck am I doing? And I'm like, that's gotta be the same. You get slapped around in the ring, hit on the ground, and you'd be like, hang on a minute, this isn't everyday life.
Yeah. I sort of...
Or do you just completely focus on what you're doing?
I try to just lose myself. It's a switch. As soon as you go through sort of that curtain, you have to just switch it on, and you've got to be that, the normal guy has to go. Yeah. And that 10 levels has to come out to be that Magic Myers. Brett's got to stay in the back, Magic Myers has got to come out, and you've got to be that big thing, and you go out there and do what you do, and you have fun, and you're not really thinking about it. The more you get, I always find the more I get lost in it,
Yeah.
the more like everybody else can get lost in it.
I guess it's in that sense, it's kind of the same as acting. Like,
Yeah,
the more you put yourself
absolutely.
into that
The
role,
more you,
convincing it is.
the more you throw yourself into it, the more everybody else, like you said, is convinced by it, and everybody else can get involved, and the crowd can get involved. And if they believe in you, they believe in the product and everything, and it's like, oh, great.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you walk back through the curtain, you can sort of then go, what the fuck just happened? Sort of like, wow.
Yeah.
And you do stay on that. There's a little cloud I normally stay on, a little adrenaline buzz that I stay on for about 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then I normally at home on my settee, when it comes down, and I'm like, oh my god, my back and my legs and my left arm. Just like, yeah, how am I feeling? Absolutely fine, yeah, feel good, went really well, yeah, I love it. And I'm just sat watching some crap TV at night, and I'm like, oh my god. She's like, what's up? I'm like, I think I broke my back. My back hurts, my arms hurt. It's, yeah.
It's the impending realization.
Yeah,
you
come down
put
from that
yourself through a
adrenaline
hurricane.
buzz, and you come down and you start like, oh my god. Oh.
I mean, I'm going to make an assumption that you're a face within wrestling.
Not at the moment.
You're not the bad guy.
No,
Really?
not at the moment. I am the bad guy at the moment. I'm heel, yeah.
Is that hard to play?
Uh,
Is that more fun to play?
I enjoy.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Yeah. Why not?
Well, no, that's in a way like because we were on about WE and Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
and that's a point of contention between my other two friends of Roman Reigns and the whole Brock Lesnar and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, why do people hate Roman Reigns? And they were like, because they've been trying to make him a face forever, and everyone hates Roman Reigns. Oh shit! Phone call. And I was just like, so what's the point? Because then there's what's the other guy? Is it Daniel Bryan?
Yeah.
And Nathan, my friend, loves Daniel Bryan, and I'm like, so why isn't he not like the main guy? And he's like, I don't know, because Vince McMahon, fuck Vince McMahon. And there's like all this thing, and I'm like, it must be so hard to be Roman Reigns. Like, people physically hate you, and he's trying to be like the good guy in a way. I'm like, so that's got to get to you after a while, right?
Oh,
or is that just like something you drive on?
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh,
The opportunity to be a
there's
dick.
nothing but if you're out there to be the bad guy,
Yeah.
to sort of be a dick and to get people to boo you, and somebody generally stands up and they're like, Magic Mike, you suck, I hate you. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, hey, don't you say that. And I'm like, yeah, that's right, you do. You hate me. I'm like, yes.
It's like, I've got control of you. This is exactly how you were meant to feel about me at the time.
You know, it's the same. I used it earlier, superheroes and stuff.
Yeah.
Batman's cool and awesome, etc. But he's only cool and awesome, sort of, because he's beating up the Joker or doing whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have a bad guy to bounce off of. The good guy's just a guy that's...
Yeah.
What's he doing? You got to stop the good guy's got to stop the bad guys.
So you got to have a bad guy.
Exactly. And the better bad guy you are,
The more convincing it is.
you're hoping the better the good guy's going to be, and then that's where you get your sort of level from. But I've done both. But learning, it's always learning new things, and being a dick to people's a little bit in my nature. So I was sort of like, I can do
It just
this.
comes naturally to me.
Yeah,
That's-
so it's always good, especially obviously within Fight Factory.
Yeah.
Doing this and doing that's fine, but if I go out and, like you said, I'm an independent wrestler. If I go out and I go to wrestle somebody somewhere else, and I wrestle somebody, and the promoter obviously then tells me what I'm doing, or I want you to go out and be, I don't care what you've done. You're a bad guy tonight, and go out and be a bad guy. I can do it because I've done it.
Yeah.
And so hopefully that should make me more appealing for promoters, etc.
Do you have like maybe not like an idol for wrestling? Like, do you have someone who's you're like, yeah, that's who I'm looking to be?
Oh, I always liked. I still do Chris Jericho.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I watched him when I was younger, and he was athletic. He was quick. He was fast.
Yeah.
He was smaller
Yeah,
than most
than
people, which appealed to me, obviously, being a smaller guy, and especially when I was watching WWF, and he got that push, and he became WWF champion.
Yeah.
When Stone Cold, The Rock, The Undertaker, all these big guys were there,
Yeah.
he won it, and he was a smaller guy who used to be more athletic in tights, and I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, but I've watched him as he's got older, and obviously he's gotten older and older, and he's changed.
Yeah.
He's somehow kept ahead of the game as he's got older,
Yeah.
which is unbelievable. You know, when your body won't let you move as you would,
Yeah.
his personality's got bigger and bigger and bigger, and his ideas and the things he does have got bigger and better. So he's managed to stay relevant for 20 odd years or whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, like that's it, you know.
Yeah.
Doing cool moves and flying around's wicked.
Yeah.
But if you're a flash in the pan and you do it for 2 or 3 years and then nobody cares, it's great.
Yeah.
20 years down the line and you're still relevant because of how much of a great character you are, then that's all of it for me. There's a lot of wrestling, a lot of independent wrestling, a lot of young wrestlers like sort of watching YouTube highlight clips and bits and bobs, and these guys doing unbelievable sort of moves and all the athletic stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't mind watching it. I enjoy some of it, but for me, somebody telling a story and his ability to lead you into that, where especially fully grown adults can just dispel their belief for a little bit and get lost within wrestling.
I think that's what, like you were saying, like when you kind of like get to an age, you kind of drop off from wrestling. I think that becomes like, it's like a teenage apathy thing. Where you're like, you know what, I just don't care about the storyline. So it's no longer fun to like watch it anymore. Because that was like me going to WrestleMania. Like, I watched WrestleMania, like, I don't know who any of these people are. Why is Booker T like on an announcing table?
Yeah.
He should be in the fucking ring.
He's still got it.
Why is Ric Flair still around?
Oh, it's like Rick still got it, yeah.
It's like, oh, Ric Flair's around. Oh, but that's his daughter. Like, what? When did this fucking thing? It's like, why is Kurt Angle still flipping people? He looks injured. There's just like so many levels of like, I feel like I'm just getting like flashbacks of like things I've seen in the past. And so much had changed. Like, no one was going to hit anyone with a chair. And I was like...
It's just that ability to tell that story that people fall into that little bit of... They dispel their belief. They don't sit there and go, oh, this is blah blah, this is whatever. They sit there and go, oh, I want to see it. Like, oh, what's he going to do next?
What's gonna happen?
That little bit that I used to have when I used to watch it when I was younger, and I was like, oh my god, this is happening. I wonder if so and so is going to come out. Oh my god. If there is somebody, Chris Jericho can always do it to me.
Yeah.
He's always somebody that's been able to do it. Sitting there and I'm like, watching last year, I'm like 28 years old and I wrestle and I know these things, but I'm watching him and I start like, oh bastard, I want to see it now. I'm like, how have you done it? How do you drag me in? I'm like, oh.
He's just got his claws in.
Yeah, and I'm like, he drags me in, and that's just sort of...
Yeah.
He's the one, because he sort of shows me that I like the storytelling sort of entertainment side of things, and he's so good.
I mean, I'd see wrestling as like a creative art, the same as like doing anything creative, essentially.
If you don't put a brain behind it,
it's just slapping people around. So it's like
pretty much. I mean, there is always a place for just big guys beating people up. I'm down for that. I've watched some of it. It can be awesome. There is nothing wrong with two big dudes just beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah. Well, that's essentially what like boxing, UFC is. Yeah.
People want to see it, which is fine. But the brain work that goes behind, especially as an independent wrestler, where you have to sort of come up with your ideas yourself and put your stuff together. You're a brand, essentially. You are selling yourself to promotions, to other people, to say, hey, this is me. You should have me on your show because X, Y, Z. Because there's God knows how many other wrestlers out there who are doing exactly the same thing. Yeah. And you sort of need to find that bit where you can go, hey, do this. Yeah. Do that. I can do this, I can do that. And, you know, when they give you an opportunity, you got to take it. Yeah. Because if you don't, somebody else will.
Because I find it's interesting in a way, like, because we were saying, like, obviously, working out and stuff obviously helped you out of depression and bits and bobs like that. The idea of, like, it being a creative thing, and that's essentially what I use to drag myself out of depression. And I think it's like that combination, like because you could just work out all day, but still be massively depressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, like you see so much of that of like guys who just go to the gym and just like hate their lives and like then just do something else. So you need that. I think you need that combination of like the two in a way. Like I don't feel like you could ever be able to drag yourself out if you didn't have that expression aspect in a way. I don't know if you'd agree.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely. I think if there's nothing to sort of drive you out of it, I think I spent like 6 months generally doing what you said, going to the gym, and it's always that sort of coming out of a relationship like, right, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna, I'm
gonna regret it.
Get ripped up and I'll show her and I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
6 months later, I was like, I'm still going to the fucking gym. Yeah, I've lost weight, but God, I fucking hate my life.
Yeah.
Like, why is nothing changing? For the pure fact I wasn't changing anything.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't actually changing anything. I wasn't doing anything that I wanted to enjoy or anything I could get behind or anything that...
Yeah.
I had, the word I'd use, passion. Any passion for. I had no passion really for anything.
Yeah.
Much.
I completely agree with that. Like,
and I was sort of like, if you're going through and you're doing stuff for the sake of it, but there's no passion behind it, there's nothingness.
Yeah.
But now I go because my passion for wrestling's ridiculous. That the reason I go to the gym is to help with that.
Yeah.
And when I'm there and I'm working out, I'm like, oh my God, everything hurts and I'm so tired. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, but where do you want to be? And I'm like, yeah, keep going.
You got that purpose drive, which is like, that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
So we're going to go out and do it. And you take a taking it of pub, and you're like, yeah, worth it.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know whether you've talked to anybody about sort of the depression aspect. Yeah, you've done like 60 something.
Yeah.
What have you done now?
Yeah. Bits and bobs and depression and whatnot.
I mean, I went on to Siren FM a little while ago.
Yeah.
Did an interview with Kai, and he sort of touched on it when we did an interview because he said I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying he's had a few issues with it, and I said to him, me too. But I'll always openly talk about mine. I don't think a lot of people always do.
No.
I would, if my advice to anybody is to talk about it. It's so common.
Yeah. It's a very easy thing to hide as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you do, that's fine if that's what you want. Like I said, I tried it for like 6-7 months. It just didn't help at all until I finally just sort of faced it and fessed up and just had... I remember telling my mum and dad, and I was just like, look, I think I'm depressed. And I think it's a difficult thing. It was a difficult thing, I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying it, but difficult thing for my dad to hear.
Yeah.
Because I think my dad felt a little bit like responsible in a way.
Yeah.
But he couldn't sort of understand it. But I always got where he was coming from. And I'd say this to people, I had a great upbringing. I had a great childhood. My mum and dad's are wonderful, wonderful people. I have a wonderful family, really supportive. And I always have, and I still have. So it's nothing that's ever happened and they go, oh, he's got depression because he's come from a hard background. And I had honestly, there's people in the world who would kill from my upbringing that I've had. And it was great. It happens to people, so many different people. But so many people live from people who have stuff where people go, oh my God, I'd kill to have your life. Yeah. Why are you depressed?
Yeah.
Like, people then judge them on that.
Yeah. I think that makes it, in a way, harder. Because I'm the same. Like I've had a great childhood, nothing problem there, no problem with my parents, nothing there. And you kind of get to that point, and people start blaming themselves. They're like, I have a great life. I've got a job, I live, I eat well. I've never had to struggle or anything like that. So why am I sad? And then they go, so there's clearly I'm the problem. So I go, I'm fucked. Like. There's nothing I can do. Like I've gone through all that, and I'm still broken. Shit. Instead of going, all right, I'm still broken. Maybe we can adjust that.
Yeah. But you see with it, like famous people, sports people, everybody. When I think a lot of people find it weird when like an actor or anybody like a musician or somebody comes out and says, "Oh, I've been struggling with depression, etc." So I'm like, "Oh my God!" But you're a multi-million selling artist.
Yeah.
How are you depressed? I'm like, how is that affect? Just because they sell loads of records and they're a famous artist doesn't mean that they haven't got struggles and problems and issues like the same as everybody else. The glitz and glamour is maybe fine, but what if they're sat at home alone eating food and they're just like, I'm fucking so lonely, like, etc. It's a... I don't think it's as much a taboo subject as it was.
No. I think that's mainly happened in the last couple of years, though.
But I think it needs to be... Still needs more addressing that it's okay. Like, don't worry about it. Like I said, I told my mum and dad, and my dad was sort of like, oh, you know... Have I sort of failed you, blah blah blah? And I was like, Dad, this is not on you. Like, this is my issue. I wanted to tell you because I need to tell somebody. And you're my mum and dad, and I love you. I need to tell you. I need to tell somebody. So I told them, and after a chat, they were like, okay, what are you gonna do? Basically, like, okay, you've told us that it's been 6 months, and you've fed up. Fuck you doing then? Like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, do you know, right? Yeah. You're absolutely right. And I went to the doctors and spoke to them, and I got some tablets, which I will admit was a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think taking
people say that.
Taking tablets is all right.
Yeah.
And if anybody goes and does, that's cool. That's fine. I did, but after a while, I then got to the point where I was like, is this me getting better, or is it just these tablets?
Yeah.
Tricking me into thinking I'm getting better. And so I stayed on them for a while, probably a year, maybe a year and a half, something like that. And I said to my doctor, I was like, I don't want to be on these all the time.
Yeah.
I'd like to come off them. And he was sort of like, yeah, start, less and less.
Yeah.
And then I did have the point where I'd have a bad day and I'd be like, oh, it's because I'm not taking my tablet.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's like, you're a fucking idiot. Basically. She's like, it's not. People have bad days.
Yeah.
You are just now blaming this on that.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you'll have a good day and you'll not have taken your tablet and you go, oh, now I'm fixed. She's like, you just need to get your head and focus on it. But it was because I spoke to people. I had... I say therapy. That didn't go well. No, it was really bad. I know people are just like, oh, maybe you can go see a therapist. I went and she was just like, the questions, I don't know whether it's an issue with the NHS or what, but I went and I remember she was like, oh, do you think about killing yourself? No.
Right.
What? Fuck, well, I want to kill myself. Not a horrible way. No.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you self-harm? I was like, no.
Yeah.
No, I get fucked off when I stub my toe. Like, fuck doing that. No, I'm fine. Do you ever have any evil thoughts against other people? I'm like, well, most people have kind of pissed me off. Occasionally, I want to punch somebody who's an arsehole in the face, but not like over anything else. And she just asked me a lot of questions that went really sort of deep, really quick, and I was like, I'm just because I've told you or I've been diagnosed with, or I've said to you I've got depression.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me some suicidal lunatic that's going to go and kill himself or kill somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm not going to grab a machine gun and go shoot up a fucking school because I'm depressed. I'm not going to go and throw myself off a roof. The level that is there is so varied.
Yeah.
I understand that there may be people that are like that, and but she just jumped straight in there. That was it, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, this isn't for me. Like, I need a friend and a beer in a pub, I think, and a setting in a film with my girlfriend or something. I need somebody to
just be there.
Yeah, have more of a realistic chat with, and so I didn't really bother with it. I sort of had one more, and I was like, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah,
that's cool. And I had a few beers with a few friends, and they were like, "How are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, not too bad. I have a couple of up days, some down days, sort of coming off my tablets." And they're like, that's good then, I suppose. You see football at the weekend? And I was like, "Yeah, did you see so-and-so?" And then I realised that 2 minutes later, my mind had completely gone off it, and I'd lost myself in just conversation and doing that. And I was like, I didn't feel like I needed therapy for just questions about whether it was harming or doing whatever. All I needed was just somebody to talk to maybe just take my mind off things a little bit, and then go, look, we're out, we're having a beer. Everything's going to be all right. Like, I know that you're not finding. And then they talk to me, how's work, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not sure. Oh, well, why don't you go try this? You could do this. You can do whatever you want to do, And I'm like, oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Like, I could change this tomorrow if I wanted to. And then I sort of the cogs started to turn, and I started to go, yeah, do you know what? Yeah. And I started, like I said, going to the gym a little bit more. But I felt like I had more of a purpose. I was like, I want to get a little bit fitter. Once I get a little bit fitter, I can then maybe like do something. What do I want to do? Maybe try boxing, UFC. Got into wrestling. Started wrestling. I'm like, yeah, I could do this. And then I got a new job. I was like, I don't really like my job. The one I had. I got a new job. And literally, like a couple of months later, I had a new job, and I was like, fucking hell, I got a new job. And I like this job. I like my job. I was like, cool. This is good. Like, I want a cat.
Yeah.
I want a cat. I was like, this is awesome. Like, I'm just doing stuff now. I'm not bothered about how old I am or anything. I'm just doing stuff that I want to do, and I'm enjoying it. And it's helped me a mass amount.
I think with like depression is one of those things of like, as you say, it does have different tiers, and like especially with like the whole counselling thing, it was like, as much as I encourage anyone who is struggling with depression to go talk to someone, especially because like those kind of questions, whilst don't help everyone.
I just left you the dregs of the coffee. I'll finish that.
It's like, it's one of those things of like being asked that question sometimes really like helps people just go, oh shit, yeah, I did think about killing myself. And it's that kind of thing. And that, in a way, that's the problem with the NHS, of like, they are a catch-all for trying to stop the worst happening. So for people who have like kind of like just an average level of depression, if there's going to be levels of depression, sort of thing, don't get helped by it, because as we said, you just need someone to talk to. You just need someone to listen and go, yeah, all right, how you doing today? Take your mind off for 20 minutes. And then, but like you say, it's like you just start to spitball once you've done that, and things just start to go in a little bit better. Yeah. You kind of like roll out a little depression.
Like I said, there are people obviously that are at that sort of level, and counselling or whatever could help them, but it was the same with anger. I had a few issues with anger. I probably still do, to be fair. But that's sort of like the NHS seemed to. I love the NHS. It's great. I mean, free healthcare, etc. I'm all for it. I don't think that people get paid enough for what they do. But again, when I had therapy, she did ask me a few questions about anger. She's like, "Do you ever get angry?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh." Like, well, it's like, that's like saying, "Do you ever get hungry?" Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Like, what? Yeah, I eat. People piss me off. I get angry. Like,
I'm human.
It's a natural human reaction.
Yeah.
But straight away, do you ever get angry? Yeah. Oh. Do you ever think about violently harming people? I'm like, fucking hell, we've jumped a big level here. Yeah. From
anger to physically hurting someone.
Me holding the door for somebody and then not saying anything, walking through, and me going, oh, what a twat.
Yeah.
And then carrying on my day, to me then holding the door for somebody, they walk through and don't say thank you, so I strangle them with a plastic bag. I was like, the level that you've jumped at is insane here.
Yeah.
Why?
The escalation.
Yeah, it seems like they hit such a, like you said, a catch-all where they come in and go, this person's got depression, let's make sure they're not trying to kill themselves or anybody else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not what everybody needs.
No. That's not what the majority of mental health needs.
They just want to talk to somebody. A lot of people just want to talk, and if they come in and they want to talk to a therapist, and you go, I don't know who you are. Like, I'm not being horrible. Thank you for trying to help, but you're a therapist. I've never met you before in my life, and you want me to tell you intimate details, etc. And the first sort of stuff you come out with is, are you thinking about killing yourself? Do you want to hurt people? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Especially when you are in that situation as well, and you because at least when I've had depression, I find an absolute disconnect with everybody, like completely, even like the world around me. And then you go to see someone, and it's like, cool, I don't know you.
I don't want to talk to my friends. I don't really want to talk to you.
It's like I'm not comfortable talking to friends and family right now, and I'm gonna have to tell you everything.
Like you said, it was sort of a spitball for me, talking to her and just being like, "This isn't for me."
Yeah.
And I was like, if this isn't for me, I still want to talk to someone, but I can't talk to her. I should probably just talk to my friends.
Yeah.
Like, this makes much more logical sense. So I did, and I was like, this is better, because this person isn't asking me if I'm killing people. Like,
Yeah, I think if you can, it's about finding the right avenue for it in a way. It's like if you go to see a doctor and pills don't help you, or you don't find you comfortable on them, because that's the main thing I've heard from people. Is like the unexpected side effects of like taking it is ridiculous. So it's like, oh, you go to counselling and you don't find that, so it's like, just talk to your family. I agree. Like, depression's got to be more of an open subject.
Yeah,
because you need to be able to talk to your family. You need to be able to talk to your friends. I
think as well, it's easier for I always thought it was easier for me to say, and maybe even a little bit easier for me to work through, because I had such a supportive group around me, and a lot of people don't.
No, and
that's, that is an issue, obviously. And like I said, if you need to go to the doctors or talk to the therapists, that's cool. But if that's not going to work, it's such a difficult thing. But it's, like I said, a taboo subject that needs to be talked about. If somebody is struggling and they just come out and say, do you know what, I'm depressed and I need a little help and maybe I'm thingy. It's rather than just keeping it in and not really telling anyone to go.
It's about opening that conversation. I think that's a nice point to round out to. Is that if you are depressed, to at least open it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think hiding it doesn't help, and I think you'll realise once that you've got it out there and sort of just even said it and gone, hey guys, look, I've got depression. I'm depressed. You'd be surprised how many people turn around and go, yeah, I've been there, or yeah, me too, sort of, and you go, how did you get on with it, or how are you getting on with it, and then they can tell you their experiences, and then people can tell you yours. Me and you have just sat and had a conversation. I didn't know you did have an issue with it, and you didn't know I did have an issue, and we've just sat and had a full conversation about it, and that can happen. And I think a lot of people are sat there going, like, they're worried to talk about it.
Because they're afraid that they come back from when they do talk about it.
But I don't think they realise how many people it affects. And if they talk about it, the people that it affects will help them with it.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's a good point to end up.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show, Brett.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Continue to do your high-flying acrobatics.
I will do. I'm sure you can keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fully intending to come to a show. My main problem is working nights, and you do your things at nights.
I do, mainly, yeah.
So it's one of those things of like, I want to come. Yeah, I can't really come. But no, I will make out to a show. And I recommend everyone come see your show. Yeah, come. And hire you, and, to injure yourself in a ring. Yeah, come see me. Yeah. You can come, and even, let's pull the two together. If you're feeling a little bit down and whatever, come and see me, and they'll go, hey, Brett, I listened to you, and I just want to say, I've had depression, etc. Thanks for talking. And I'll go, I jump around in pants and oil nowadays, mate. Like, you could be here in 2 years. Yeah, it's strange how time changes things. Yeah. Don't worry about it; it'll be all right. That's a fantastic line to end on. I'm just going to call it there. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you guys later. If you want a soundbite, that's a good